Good morning, vinyl community. Jeff here. It's been a long weekend, beautiful weather. Did a lot of stuff this weekend, had a great time. But I'm back making video now. I want to jump on this, I guess you call it a contest. He calls it a challenge, but there's a prize, so we're going to call it a contest. This is for Dave over at Medal of Honor. He's doing his 12 months of metal vinyl challenge. Though you don't have to show metal, though obviously I'm going to. So basically it's based on the 12 months of the year. Every month has a different theme and you need to show an album. So in the end you'll have 12 albums, which is what I've got here. There is, like I say, a prize, and it is the Farewell to Kings Rush box set, which would really look good next to the other two Rush box sets. I didn't think I'd ever get the Rush box sets. I've said this before in the video. And then somebody VCLT'd me the Permanent Waves one, and then I happened to run across, for very cheap, a damaged copy of Hemispheres. And so, wow, to have Farewell to Kings, hey, I think I'm supposed to win this contest. That's what I say. Get it, Dave? Anyway, if you haven't checked out Dave's channel, Medal of Honor, go do so. The link will be below for the contest. You can jump on there. So let's get right to this. Like I say, 12 months, 12 albums, the year of metal. So each month, so the first one, January, first month of the year, he wants to show, basically it's the new year. So let's show the newest album you have. Now I did get 3 albums with the same package, but this is what I would consider more or less one of the newest ones. Transatlantic SMTP, SMPT, said it backwards. Transatlantic, of course, is, Roy Stolt, Neil Morse, Mike Portnoy, and Pete Trewavas. Super group of prog rockers. Great album. Got this in the other day. So if you haven't checked out Transatlantic, do so. They have a new album that just came out not too many months ago. It's really great. February, of course, we have, and just so you know, some of these months do have 2 different ways you can do it, because maybe you don't have one for that theme. So so for February, we've got either something romantic or sexy. Well, I'm just going with that one. You could show your shortest album because it's the shortest month. Anyway, so romantic or sexy. Now, what I did is I did not watch. I started watching Dave's video, and then basically he had all the notes and the comments, so I stopped watching because I hate to be influenced by what other people are showing. But I did see his second one, and it was one that I thought of. So then I went through and pulled all of my records. Then I went back and watched Dave's full video, and I thought, wow, some of the ones he did show as examples are ones that I immediately wanted to gravitate towards. But then I thought to myself, I better try to do something a little different. So I'm glad I didn't choose the ones he had, but literally had 3 or 4 of the 12 were ones that he had shown. In this case, he showed something sexy, and it would have been one that I wanted, but I went with a different one. This is also something somewhat sexy. This is Rothschild, if you can't see that. Rothschild with Delirium. And it is, of course, I've got it covered there, but it is I would say scantily clad, but she is totally not clad. Anyway, yeah, and then on here there is some sound effects in the beginning, that sound like she's in delirious. Anyway, yes, we're going to go with that as far as something somewhat sexy or romantic. March. He wanted to see something marching, something with combat people on the front, somebody marching on the front or whatever. I went with just a March of the Saint. Hey, how can you go any better than that, right? One of my still favorite Armored Saint albums. I mean, just back when they came out, and they came out with the whole look and the armor, and it was just, to me, I love the costumes and all that stuff. So really dug this album. Still my high water mark for them. In April, we've got April Showers. He wanted to see something with storms, with showers, with rain, or something along that line. Again, multiple ways you could go with this. I went with Take 'Em by Storm, and then there is a tornado. This is Banshee, recently issued on vinyl, and there's a tornado, and it's tearing up stuff. So you've got a storm, Banshee, Take 'Em by Storm. Then May is there's various things you can show for that, and he gave the option to show something Star Wars related, because May the 4th be with you is a big thing for us Star Wars nerds. Something that reminds you of Star Wars. Now I could have pulled Star Wars soundtracks, but I don't have any of those on vinyl. I wanted to stick to vinyl. I only have those on CD. Something that reminds you of Star Wars, and I pulled Raven's Live at the Inferno. Why, Jeff, did you pull Live at the Inferno? Well, if you're a Raven fan who likes Live at the Inferno, and if you can see this, there's a song on here, if I can get the glare up there, called Star Wars. And I think it's just funny because it reminds me of Star Wars. But anyway, so we're going to go with that. I did have a K-Tel record that I showed not too long ago that looks kind of spacey, says Star Power on it, looks kind of Star Wars-ish, and the first song on it is the Mako, whatever, theme to Star Wars. So that reminds me even more, but I figured I'd not go there. May, June, we're talking the beginning of the month, summer months, the beginning of summer, albums that remind you of summer, albums that you just, just want to play, things that remind you from your childhood, maybe, things along that line. And I went with Billy Joel's Glass Houses. I remember playing this album to death as a teen. And it's just one of those albums where if it's a summer and you want to, be outside or be with the windows down or whatever, I could crank this album. It's a favorite. Everybody loves it. It's not like it's going to be too harsh for people. It's just people sing along. It's just a great party album. So yeah, I'm going with that for a summer love. I could have showed Grease soundtrack. Summer lovin' had me in black, but I don't have that. So anyway, July, we're talking Fireworks. There's a couple options here, but Fireworks, which I have an album by a band called Fireworks, but I thought that it doesn't have fireworks on the front of it. I thought, well, let's find something. He wanted something with explosions, with something blowing up, things along that line. So I went with Sacrament's Testimony of the Apocalypse. We've got like nuclear bombs going off here. We've got fire. We've got smoke. We've got just storm clouds of destruction and everything. So this is what happens when your fireworks get out of hand. They catch your neighborhood on fire. So be careful out there, boys and girls. All right, and then for August, we've got School. School starts back up. Something that was a favorite album in high school, remind you of high school, something along that line. And I'll say a couple albums came to mind, one of which is the one he showed, which I did see after I pulled mine. And I thought of that album first, but then I started thinking a little deeper. And there were at least 3 albums in my later high school years that just stand out big time to me. And this is one of them that was a little more obscure. I could have went with The Rat. I could have went with Motley Crue's first album. Those were just pivotal when they first came out. But I went with Fire Down Under by Riot. And the reason I so much remember this is because I remember distinctly there was a day in school where I couldn't get Swords and Tequila and some of these songs out of my mind and could not wait to get home to put the album on. It was like I was craving it. And this album has stuck out since then, because it was one that I had these weird cravings for while I was in school, and I couldn't get my mind off of the songs. I just could not wait to get home. So definitely there's a few albums that are really reminiscent of school for me, and that one stands out because of that day. All right, September, we've got Labor Day. He wanted to see something with people working on the front. I thought about going with Men at Work because of the title, but that was kind of funny. Didn't want to go that route, so I went with Titan, Mind Over Metal. Look at that guy. He is forging a sword, steel, so he is working. He is a metallurgist, doing metallurgy. Anyway, he's forging a sword there. Working hard. October, of course, we got Halloween. Multiple ways to go. You want to see a ghoul, a demon, a ghost, or something. I got Vanik. Vanik is the ultimate nowadays Halloween punkish band that I have, just recently discovered a few months ago. Got all their stuff real quick, and yeah, they're, gruesome, and they got their, I'm not even sure if he has a name, but it's their mascot more or less. He's on all the albums, so, and it is Halloween based. Everything they do is kind of about that kind of horror story type stuff. I mean, look at that. They got cartoons, but look at that. It's all kinds of storytelling stuff with tombstones and stuff. Anyway, whatever. Check them out if you haven't. November, of course, we got Thanksgiving in America here. He wanted to see birds. There's not a lot of Thanksgiving turkeys on albums. Just anything with the bird. And so I went with Vulture. This is an electrified bird. So, yes, it's a vulture that's electrified, a vulture, and he's got metallic metal arms and wings and everything. So, can't get much better for a metal month than a metal vulture that's on electricity that is a vulture. All right, and then December, he just wanted to see, December's the end, he wanted to see the last album in your collection. Now, I do arrange mine based on certain genres. I've got 4 different sections of records. But he wanted to see the last one regardless of how you do them. And so what I basically did is just said, what's the, out of all the 4 sections, they're in alphabetical order, so which one would be the last? If I were to put them all together, all my collection together, what would be the last? And I have Zion, Thunder from the Mountain. Unless you count CDs, I have ZZ Top, but I don't have any of theirs on vinyl. So anyway, Zion is my final. It's the latest alphabet letter in my collection of Z's here. This is reissued. It came out maybe 2 years ago or so. Some beautiful vinyl, that fire-looking vinyl that matches the dragon on the front there. Anyway, so that is it. 12 months. 12 months of metal. I stuck with the metal theme. You don't have to. If you're not into metal, it can be 12 months. And he's got, just follow the rules and show whatever style you want. Anyway, thanks a lot. Don't enter, though, because then my chances of winning the Rush set may not be as good. So, don't enter. Don't enter. Anyway, yeah, check it out. Check out Dave's channel. Link below. Thanks a lot for watching. Rock on and rock hard.